And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're talking about trust. We're talking about integrity. We're talking about truth. We're talking about your reputation. Okay? Who talks about this stuff on YouTube? I do, okay? Because this is one of the most crucial things that you need to have as part of your character in order for you to accomplish your massive, gigantic dreams and goals into the future. Okay? In order for you to develop a team of a lot of people working together, moving towards that each other's dreams and goals, basically, you will speed up the process exponentially if people are able to trust you. If the things that you say and do are exactly the same. If they know where you stand when it comes to the same, the principles that you teach. Do you actually stand by the things that you teach, or are you a fake? Are you trustworthy, or are you dishonest? This is what we need to talk about. And we need to realize in our own lives which one we are. Are we practicing double lives? Are we practicing cognitive dissonance? Believing something and then doing something else? Because it makes a difference in how people relate to you. I'll give you an example. When I was basically starting out my soccer career, okay, as a 7-8-year-old or something, I ended it at 13 years old. Okay, then I was done. But when I started that soccer career, I had an amazing soccer coach. And I remember specifically, I don't even remember, of course, the day, year, and all that stuff. But approximately I was 8, maybe 9, and I heard him teach us something very specific that I remember to this day. And I wrote it down. It's in my memory. And he told us that the ball is way faster than you are. So pass it. Okay? That's the only thing I remember from that sentence. Okay? So the ball is faster than you are, man. Let it go. Pass it along. Because then we can progress faster on, until we score the goal, whatever. What does this have to do with honesty, integrity, and trust? You got to understand that your reputation moves faster than your ability to prove your ability or who you are to people. Your reputation goes extremely fast. And how does it go fast? Because other people talk about you, right? When other people talk about you, they find out very quickly who you are, what kind of person you are, etc., etc. And when that spreads, and it spreads faster than your ability to move around and talk to people and show people who you are, you've got to be very careful about your reputation, right? And your reputation, it takes years to build up trust with people until they're like, that guy is trustworthy. That guy's committed. That guy I can rely on. I can literally give my life to this person and I know that he will treat me right. He will never, ever backstab me because he's trustworthy. He has integrity. He lives by principles. If you develop that, it's going to take a long time for you to develop that with each individual person. Whenever you meet a new person, it's a stranger, they don't know you. They have no idea who you are. No matter how trustworthy and integral you are, they don't know who you are and they don't know what you're gonna do, right? And so it takes time to build up that trust. How quickly can you lose the trust of a person? It can happen in an instant. This is why trust is like, it's the what matters most is what lasts the longest, right? Which means that you want to develop your reputation in such a way that everyone can trust you, right? Over time, that's the goal. Everyone. Because you want to become a man of truth, a man of integrity, a man of trustworthiness. Because if everyone trusts you, what's going to happen to your life? What's going to happen to your business? Well, guess what? The more people trust in you, the more they invest their time in you, right? Because they want to, everyone wants to surround themselves with people that they trust. Everyone wants to surround themselves with people who know what they're doing. Everyone wants to surround themselves with people who are confident. And so they want to be around you. That's good. That means that they're donating their time to you. They don't have to, but they choose to do it because you're trustworthy. The moment you breach that trust, they're like, what is this? Who is this guy? I don't feel like I know him anymore. He did that? Are you serious? But do you understand what I mean? But it takes just a moment to break it. The cool thing about it, if you are a trustworthy person and you've always continuously been trustworthy over an extended, exponentially long time, and then someone comes out with a false rumor about you, what's going to happen? People are going to be talking. And the people who don't know you very well, they're going to be chatting. This person did this person this, blah, blah, blah. But the people who know you, they'll be like, I know that this could not happen. I know that he did not do this. I know that if he did anything that resembles whatever else that people are saying, it's like there must be something to the story that I don't know about. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you'll have people fighting for you and your reputation if someone was to accuse you or sue you for something, etc., etc. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you've got to think big. You got to think long term. Right now, there's no problem. Right now, you've just got yourself. You're poor, or you got a little bit of money. You're a nobody, right? Of course, you still have value, but you're at the beginning of your growth journey, right? Understand that in the future, if you follow this channel and you understand the principles of success and you apply them, you're going to become a multi-millionaire, and probably a billionaire if you take it to the nth degree, right? Which means that people will try to use shortcuts in order for them to get stuff and money out of you. And they might just falsely accuse you of things you haven't done. Why then it is so... Did you see the connection now? Speed of trust, your reputation. Don't do anything that you don't want to be accused of in the future, right? Ever, right? Do what you say you will do and always live with integrity. Because if you do that, you still have your network in the future, no matter what people say about you, right? You want other people to help you on your journey, not try to tear you down. But if you do get rich in the future, which you will if you keep following these things, these principles that I teach, then you'll still be able to retain your power in terms of your friends, your network, your monetary, etc., because you were always trustworthy and integral. Very often when you are integral and trustworthy, you also stay away from the people that are not. Do you understand what I mean? Like, birds of a feather flock together. If you lie, if you talk dishonestly, if you gossip, or do you understand what I mean? Like, if you do things that are not in line with principles, with things that work, if you do things that, makes you dishonest, untrustworthy, all that stuff, you're going to want to spend time with other people who are like that because they're like you, and they want to spend time with you because you're kind of like each other. You have the same interests. You have the same this, that, and the other, right? So you end up putting yourself in a position where you spend time with people that's going to screw you over, who's going to stab you in the back because you, yourself, maybe have been a dishonest backstabber. Do you understand what I mean? If you instead shift your life and make a strong decision that I will be a man of truth, I will be a man of integrity, I will be a man of trustworthiness. People can come to me and I'm not gonna basically ruin their reputation. People can come to me and tell me secrets and I zip it and I don't tell anyone about it, right? You've got to become trustworthy, because if you do, you can build a massive conglomerate, okay, where people will come back to you again and again with their time to help you, but also with their money. The more trustworthy you are, the more that people can see that you take care of people's money, right? Because in the future, you might do that. Actually, that's automatically what you're gonna do if you become a big business owner. You're taking care of other people's money. You're using other people's money in order for the empire to grow, and then everyone benefits. Well, guess what? If you're dishonest and not trustworthy, then people are gonna withhold their funds from building up your empire. They would have built up their empire, but they don't trust you. If they trust you, they give it away freely. He knows what he's doing. I know he's not going to screw me over. It's not going to happen because he's a man of truth. He's a man of integrity, and I can trust him. Man, the speed of trust. If people can understand this aspect and practice this from the very beginning of their lives, it just gives you this clean conscience that provides like happiness and joy in your life, instead of the, oh, I wonder if they're going to find out. Oh no, I hope that they don't tell on me. Oh no, like what should I do? I need to have a lawyer in case blah, 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 blah. You don't want to be thinking about that kind of crap, because then you're being inconsistent in your businesses. Do you understand what I mean? You want to make sure that everything is on automatic in your life, that you don't have to think about anything because everything works. Because you've done the hard work in the past of setting up your foundation of honesty, of integrity, and being trustworthy, so that you can simply move on with your life. And it's just who you are. You are principle based. What does that... Man, it's so amazing how that works. So what are some examples that you could practice in order for you to learn how to become honest and integral and trustworthy? Well, first of all, always speak the truth, right? Why would you lie? If you think about it, femininity in men makes them more probable that they're going to lie, okay? Why? It's because they're now creatures. So if you're feminine, you're more likely to lie than a masculine man. Because a masculine man, he looks like at the long term, and then he sees, is this going to help me or not? Whenever he is in a situation, the decision is this going to help me achieve my goals and dreams with a clear conscience? Yes, okay, then I'll do that. Will this help me build my dreams and goals with the clean conscience? No? Okay, I won't do it, right? While someone who is feminine, they're not going to be thinking. They're not going to be rational about the matter. They're going to be all up in their emotions because they can't control their thoughts, they can't control their emotions, and therefore they can't control their behavior. Which means the more feminine you are, the more likely it is that you're lying. The more likely it is that you're dishonest. You can't be trusted if you're feminine. You maybe have noticed it yourself. If you're kind of masculine, you'd be like, you see a feminine guy, you're like, yeah, I don't trust that guy. I don't, because everything that happens depends. Depends on what? On their emotions, right? If their emotions are this, they could do some crazy stuff, right? Masculinity is consistent. There is no whoa up and down, right? There's no up and down instability and inconsistency. Masculinity is boring, mundane, consistent, does the same things again and again and again and again and again. And people are like, they look at his life and they're like, he's showing up all the time, every day, on time, on time, right? And then over time, they just know that you're always going to be on time. You're always going to do what you're asked to do, etc., etc. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Again, I was talking about what are some things that you can practically do. So one thing, never, ever, 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 ever lie. Okay? Don't try to twist the truth in order for it to benefit you but hurt the other person. Never deceive someone intentionally. It could happen, from a misunderstanding, right? But you didn't do it on purpose, right? And the moment you find out that they've misunderstood you, you correct it immediately. And you get them to you figure it out together and to that was not my intention at all. I didn't try to deceive you, blah, blah, blah. Do you understand what I mean? And the other aspect, okay, number 2, do what you say you will do, right? In my business and in the businesses of the people that I coach, very often I don't like contracts. And they're good though. Contracts are important in order for people to, understand what they've agreed on so that they can always refer back to the contract. It's like, you said this, you signed the dotted line, and that's what we agreed upon, so that's what needs to happen. And then, if they get angry with each other, then they have a judge that can look at the papers, lawyers, basically, well, the contract says, right? But if you are a man of truth, and the other person that you do business with is a man of truth, then you can actually rely upon their word. It's amazing how that works. You know that's how society used to work, right? 100 years ago, 200 years ago, people's word meant something. We need to bring that back. And men of high value are the ones who will bring that back. It's not going to be religion that brings that back. It's going to be truth that brings that back. And we want to become men of truth, right? So do what you say you will do. If you get a job, which I encourage all of you guys, right, to get at least 2 jobs in order for you to work 60 to 70 hours while you build up your side hustle, right? If you have a job and you come late, you are lying. It's dishonest. You're literally stealing from your employer. Stop it, right? Begin to come on time and be prepared when you arrive. So like my mother always told me, if you're not 7 minutes early, you're late. Now obviously that's just a principle that, that she said to me, which didn't mean much. But man, if you live by that principle, it's amazing what people are going to think about you consistently over a long period of time if you make that into a habit, right? Using that as an example. Let's see. Last one I'm going to say is just cognitive dissonance. You believe something and you do something else. If you are a believer in SR, right? Seed retention. If you're a believer in that, then practice it, right? You believe in it, but you don't practice it? That's being dishonest. So understand that femininity is dishonest. We're not honest with ourselves. Masculinity is becoming more of who we truly are. We become whole. We become one with ourselves, right? Femininity, it's like, oh, my emotions are controlling me. I'm doing stuff that I wish I wasn't doing. I'm addicted to, No. One step at a time, we're going to move towards becoming whole, becoming one with the things that we believe, one with the things that we say, one with the things that we do, and eventually we are our self-worth is just massive because we know what value we bring to the table that so few other people do. Do you understand what I mean? That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you got a lot out of this video. I'm keeping this video shorter than 20 minutes, which is awesome, okay? Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. And let's spread the word. And I will see you in the next one.